Good morning, my loves. Welcome back and happy Monday. Today we're talking about Bon Appetit Your Majesty, which is a Netflix show featuring Yoona and Lee Chae Min, who is, I will confess right now, my new K-drama crush. So Lee Chae Min was, for me personally, so good in this because he was so compelling as a king. Because at first I wasn't sure because again, I had just seen him in Crash Course in Romance last year, and he had been playing a different role, which was, high school kid, and I was like, are you going to be able to carry the role of a Korean king? Because I love historical dramas. So whoever plays the king, even if it's a side character, for me, makes or breaks a show because it takes a certain level of gravitas. And if you don't have the gravitas, everything falls apart, in my opinion. But I will say that Lee Chae Min, literally from the first few scenes of him and Yoona of Girls' Generation, but she's mostly known as an actress now, and she's fucking brilliant as a female lead. She's been in quite a few things I've watched. Although, did anyone actually finish that one that she featured in with Juno? I think it was called King the Land, and she was okay. She did a good job is what I'm saying, and so did Lee Juno, but it was just a case of I don't know what it was. I just could not get through that one. I was charmed, but it's because I didn't love it enough, I was like, I'm going to rest it for a while. And then resting turns into I'll watch it at some other point. Which could be a few months later or a week later. And I haven't returned to it yet. And I've just finished Bon Appetit Your Majesty, which I will say highly recommend if you're into historical K-dramas. Reasons being, because I was almost going off on a tangent there, Chae Min is really absolutely gorgeous, but he's also a very talented actor, and it's very clear from this one that he is versatile. And he's so tall and fine, goddamn. Definitely watch it because his visuals are A1. In this last episode as well, it was so dramatic. Oh my god. It was so over the top. I had to fast forward through some of it because he was crying for too long. He was and when you're I'm like, yo. I don't know what it is with Korean dramas, but they really do a good ugly cry. And it's you can pull off an ugly cry for a short time, but once you pass that acceptable time, it's just too grating to the ear. It comes off as really overacted, and it's cute for literally 20 seconds before it's, okay, we get it now, you're fake crying. But he did a lot of screaming, a lot of crying, which was to the effect because I was really sad for most of it. But no, this last episode, there was too much. He was ugly crying for too long, and it went into the territory of so long that I'm thinking about how fake this is. And then it was just making me laugh. But then at the same time, how he portrayed the depth of emotion, the sadness that would come with losing someone to the ether, that came through really well. And I feel their chemistry was played out really well. And I like that they didn't try and push too deep a love on us when the show itself was more slow paced. It was more a case of them growing to like each other and then naturally falling in love, but it wasn't too fast and too deep all at once. At times I felt a little bit of a stiltness in the depth of portrayal of emotion between the two leads, so Yoona and Chae Min. I think potentially it's tied to their age gap because Yoona is much older than Chae Min, but again, it was so minuscule you won't even notice it unless you're looking kind of thing. But at the same time, it didn't take anything from the show. It's just something that I noticed. I really liked the side characters as well. There were a lot of funny moments. Another thing that annoyed me when it came to the part of the Ming envoy cooking competition was that every time he spoke, they would let him speak the whole line in Chinese and then translate it in subtitles. And I'm like, okay, you're wasting time here. What are you doing? But again, that's just minor. Another thing is I weirdly feel we didn't have enough kisses in the show. Or have I been watching shows that have spoiled us with endless kisses here and there and hugs and shit? Those were just the little things that I noticed, really. But fantastic female lead, as always. All around, it's alright as a story. It's alright as a story. And finally, oh my god, Lee Chae Min, in the last scenes, he was so delicious. I'm sorry. jumpers or sweaters were made for him. Like, he's just so fucking gorgeous, dressed in traditional Korean wear, dressed as a king, Korean king of ye old. Yeah, he just fits everywhere. Must be nice. But yeah, in case you're wondering if he's single, he's not single. He's dating one of his co-stars from Crash Course in Romance. Her name is Diane. And I remember back then when the news came out, people were like, oh, like, she's not that attractive and he's really hot. Like, why is he dating someone who's average? Again, not my comments. I don't give a shit about that. But I just like that aspect of he seems like the type to be dating someone he likes and he's not too fussed about looks. But I don't even know why they wrote the article, because I read it and I was like, oh, the internet. It seems like they're still dating, which, I'm really happy that he's managed to maintain that relationship, because typically when people get popular, it's almost like everyone's trying to make that relationship fall apart so they can be single and live in their Delulu land. But it's like, let the man be happy. Let them all be happy in their relationships, okay? You never had a chance anyway. Happy for Lee Chae Min and yoona for doing such a great job on this. It's so amazing. A1. I'm definitely going to watch it again just because I love the drama. And like, there was so much screaming as well. Especially from him. He was like overcome by so much emotion that he would just literally scream. And I was just like, yes, I like that. It's very authentic and very human, especially when you're like feeling a lot of things like he was at that time.